All right, welcome everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing new monthly checks, which are being referred to as universal high income. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. All right, now first off, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you've certainly heard me talk about monthly checks and all the varieties of programs that are out there right now, including, but not limited to, Universal Basic Income, otherwise known as UBI, Guaranteed Basic Income, otherwise known as GBI, Simply Basic Income, or some people refer to it as monthly stimulus checks, and again, the list goes on and on. There's all kinds of different names, but they're all referring to basically no strings attached monthly checks for a specified period of time, which is usually 12 months, 24 months, possibly 36 months, or even longer. Well, in this video right here, I do want to talk about this new concept out there right now, which is universal high income. Now, if you could take your pick, which one would you rather have? Universal Basic Income, Guaranteed Basic Income, or Universal High Income? I'm not sure about you, but I'll take the last one, Universal High Income. Anyway, I want to talk about the details of this and why a lot of people out there right now are suggesting this needs to be implemented sooner than later, and some of the different things that are going on right now, which is why they're talking about this needs to be done now, like right away, quick, right? Anyway, let's get into it and talk about what's going on. However, really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, first off, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below the video? Again, only if you haven't done so yet. I really do appreciate your support. I'm here for you every single day. I'm doing all the research, watching the headlines, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, talking through all the details of all the weird things going on right now. It's a very busy time. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so, and let's get into it and talk about the details of UHI, Universal High Income. I like it. It has a nice ring to it, right? I'm not sure about you, but I think it does anyway. All right, so let me explain the situation, which, by the way, let me just say this much as well, okay? This whole idea of no strings attached monthly checks, some people think, hey, that's not a thing. This doesn't happen and it never will happen. Well, newsflash, it already is happening. Across the entire country right now, there's over 150 guaranteed basic income programs that have been started and or currently going on or stopped over the last, call it about 4 years or so. So yeah, over 150 of these right now. I want to point this out as well really quickly, okay? So as I film this video right now in 2024, there's a lot of states out there that are still sitting on tons and tons of money that they need to spend before the end of the year. Otherwise, they need to send it back to the federal government. Do you think that they're going to spend it or send it back? I'm pretty sure these states are going to find a way to spend all that money. And guess what? Establishing these guaranteed basic income programs or these monthly check programs, or in this case, UHI, Universal High Income Programs, is a thing that these states can do to get rid of that money before they have to send it back, okay? So again, there's already some states that have come out, cities, states, counties, things like this, that have come out and suggested, hey, we have a bunch of money here, and we're going to do this program because it's either use it or lose it type of situation. So anyway, we can talk about all that in a separate video, but yeah, that's a thing that's going on. So here's the concept about universal high income. So you've heard me talk about things like technology and robotics and automation and AI, artificial intelligence, before in other videos. I've talked about it a couple times in other videos. Well, it is a real thing, and it is something that is disrupting economies, not only here domestically in the United States, but globally as well. AI is really taking over a lot of things right now, and it's only going to continue to expand as we continue to move forward into the future. We're going to see a lot more of this on a much wider scale than we're already seeing right now. We're starting to see it disrupting major sets of the economy, major sectors, but just move forward, say a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, it's going to be a very different picture in 5 years from now than it is right now. Now, again, I'm not suggesting this is all going to take 5 years. I'm just simply saying the landscape that we're looking at now is going to be very different in a matter of just years here, okay? And this is all because of, like I said, sophisticated technology, robotics, automation, AI, artificial intelligence, things like this that are literally taking over millions of jobs from Americans, and again, all over the globe, where people are really no longer needed because automation can do it, right? Very smart technology, in other words, is what it comes down to. Anyway, this is exactly what people are suggesting, is we need to establish right now, before it is too late, a universal high income. Now, like I said a minute ago, there's guaranteed basic income programs all across the country, but guess what? Guess how much these programs typically pay out? $500 a month. I'm sorry, but that is not high income. Who can live on $500 a month? The answer is virtually nobody, right? That's a supplement to income. That is not an income, okay? $500 a month, don't get me wrong. I'd gladly take it if I could, right? But my point is, that is not a livable income. That is not a livable wage. That is not a livable amount of money for anybody right now, especially with these rapidly rising prices that we've been experiencing for the last 3+ years that have been rapidly rising, right? But anyway, that's why they're suggesting establishing a universal high income. Is they're saying, hey, we need to do something. We need to establish some type of program right now so that in the event and when all of this transpires and people are left without work and without incomes and things like this, we need to have something in place that replaces a huge percentage of their income. Now, yes, I do recognize as well, there's something called unemployment. I get it. But does everybody always get unemployment? No, that is not the case. In fact, a few years ago, we saw that happen, right? And a situation with unemployment, that typically only replaces around, give or take a little bit, around 50% of somebody's income. So that's really, again, a tough situation if that were to happen to somebody. But this whole idea behind universal high income is to establish this type of program where all of a sudden, if this happens and when it does, now we implement this universal high income where people have something to lean back on, which is a high income, an ongoing monthly stipend, whatever that happens to be, to make sure that these individuals have something as far as income coming in versus just unemployment, which we all know as well does not pay out all that much, and it's only for a very small specified period of time, only a matter of weeks, right? But anyway, that is the whole idea behind this universal high income. So this is this new buzzword that's out there now, this whole new trending thing that a lot of people are suggesting. And again, I just want to bring it to your attention really quickly because in the event something like this were to happen, remember, this would be potentially available for a lot of people. Now, obviously, there'd be parameters around it, who could be eligible for it, how much it'd be. It might be different amounts depending on demographics or where somebody's located across the country. There's a ton of different factors that go into this. But remember, the last couple of years here, we've seen a number of proposals coming out to establish nationwide guaranteed basic income programs and checks on the nationwide program as well, right? Like the Support Act. You probably heard me talk about that before. That's a piece of legislation that would want to send out $1,200 ongoing monthly checks per adult for a 5-year period of time, plus an extra $600 per child in that household. So that's a ton of money. Now, obviously, that one has not passed, and in its current stand right now, I don't foresee that one passing in the current piece of legislation that it is now. I would foresee that it actually gets reformed quite a bit if they were to do that. But my point is, that one is out there, and lawmakers know that these types of programs need to be established sooner than later. Whether they actually are implemented and whether they are actually drawn upon, as in checks go out to people, that's another question. But at least if the infrastructure is in place, it's not that hard to get these out to people, provided that is in place, right? But getting the infrastructure in place is the big deal, and all of the agreements between lawmakers and having all of this in place so that when this actually happens, now they have something to actually move forward with and deploy to the people right away, rather than saying, uh-oh, we need a quick scramble. We didn't see this coming. Sorry, everybody saw it coming. I'm not really sure what they're waiting for, right? So anyway, this is the situation I want to share with you really quickly, and this is what they're deeming as universal high income. You like it? I like the name of that one, right? Anyway, but as we continue to move forward and as more of these guaranteed basic income programs continue to pop up, of course, I will continue to bring them to your attention. There's a bunch of them that are out there right now. There's more that they're talking about bringing back. There's been some that they've actually implemented over the last couple of years. They ran their course and they ran out of money and then they stopped, but they're talking about bringing them back as well. And again, of course, I'll keep you posted on that. So if you have not done so, please make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share the video with the share button right down below with your friends on social media. Otherwise, go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel in the video library or down below in the description or the top of the comment section. I've hand selected some videos for you right there. Make sure to check those out as well. Otherwise, right now on your screen, you'll see some videos popping up. Make sure to check out one of those. So go ahead and make your selection now. And I'll see you again in just a minute in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Take care. And I'll see you again in just a second here in the next video.